Welcome to another Sunday WOAY ABC4 Community Forum, where we talk to community leaders and local success stories to discuss important information that affects all of us here in Southern West Virginia. I'm your host, Brandy Lawrence, and today we're joined by another distinguished guest. Melanie Seiler, who is the Executive Director of Active Southern West Virginia, is here with us this morning. Thanks so much for coming to the forum.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I think we were talking before the show started. I was like, we've had you here before, but I've never gotten to talk to you, even though I was really interested in what Active Southern West Virginia does. So for people out there like me who may not be as familiar with you, what do you all stand for?
So we are a nonprofit organization that promotes physical activity opportunities. So we're all about health and wellness and social connections. We have avenues for people to volunteer and then lots of ways to join free programs. So you're getting your physical activity minutes weekly, monthly, can make a great plan to improve your health through physical activity.
Awesome, awesome. And why is this so important?
It's really important because incorporating an active lifestyle, getting your physical activity a couple minutes every day make a big difference in your overall health. And we see in Southern West Virginia there are a lot of chronic diseases. We do have a lot of poor health outcomes. So there's a high percentage of diabetes and heart disease and stroke. We can offset that by being more active. And if you look at the statistics of what you can do to change your health, it is part of your genetics. So your genetics play a role. Think of that as being like 20% of what your health is like. Then the environment around you and where you live, where you work, that's going to be another 40%. But the remaining amount can be influenced by your lifestyle. So if we can increase the amount of time we're active, we're going to see those benefits where we're going to sleep better, have a better mood, and reduce obesity and chronic conditions. So that's the ultimate goal of the organization, is to help people to adopt that active lifestyle. It's not just a one and done event. We want people to continue to be active. And we do that through programs that are in schools, in communities, in workplaces, so that we can reach all ages and anybody is welcome to join and participate. So I'll tell you more about each one.
Awesome, awesome. And we see that you all are very active, no pun intended, but you all have a lot of events and things going on regularly so people can go out and, get active. And it's awesome, kind of like the Mountain State has so many different recreational places to go. It seems like you all utilize them very well. Exactly.
And this is a unique organization. This is the 10th year. I've been the executive director all these years. So it's that tie between the great recreation opportunities we have. We have a thriving tourism industry that's all based in outdoor recreation. And, seeing that gap in local families maybe not taking advantage of those opportunities or being able to access them or the equipment that's necessary for some of those activities. So what we're doing is placing free programming out there where we're providing the equipment, we have volunteers to provide the instruction, and people can begin to try out new things in a safe way. Primarily through our community captains program. Those are individuals who are volunteering and leading activities. So we have here our April schedule with those community captains, and there's over 100 things happening. What we've done this year is we purchased a new mobile app. So people can go on their phone, we're all on an app, and you can create a profile, create a free membership, and then see what's close to you, what activities are happening, and then sign up and get reminders for those activities. So if you like running, pickleball, hiking, stand-up paddleboarding, there's such a variety on there that anybody can sign up for.
That's awesome. And I think it makes it a lot easier for them to find something near them, because I think when you look at this schedule, there are probably so many things people want to do, but they're like, well, I don't know if I can get to all these things. So I think it'll help them kind of compartmentalize and decide, hey, well, maybe I'll go there first.
Exactly. And it's all beginner level, so it's non-competitive. This isn't, go out and be big and bad and tough and do the high adventure recreation we often see, in our tourism industry. This is entry level. This is beginner friendly programming, and we really want it to be multi-generational. So you're not leaving your family to go do something, for yourself. which you can if you like, but you can also bring the family along, and it's going to be fine for 7, 8, 9, 10-year-old to do the activity, and grandparents come along, and everyone's going on a hike together.
So it's really a family affair. So
Yes.
Fitness for the whole family. So that's awesome.
Yes.
And can we go over a couple of the events that you all have coming up, or programs that you all have going on that, some of these people out here may be interested in?
Yes. Every month we produce a monthly calendar, and that's where all the free community captain programs are. So there's hikes with the New River Gorge National Park. They're one of our bigger partners. City, county, and state parks as well. Then there's lots of aerobics classes. Those are great to put in place with other partners as well. We're always looking for those partner spaces so we can get the programs throughout rural areas. So there's a great aerobics program in Beckley called Refit. That's a brand of aerobics class, and that happens 3 days a week, 3 evenings in Beckley. There's an opportunity to go to that aerobics class. So a full list, a great offering in Kanawha County. So we have volunteers there leading Tai Chi and meditation and Zumba and boot camp. So a lot of fun programming there. And then we'll have more hikes coming up this spring with all the wildflowers coming out too.
Oh, that'll be beautiful.
Yes.
And I think that'll also be really cool for people that may want to get into hiking, but they're a little intimidated and don't want to go out alone. So it kind of gives them a group setting.
Exactly. And that's where the most common barriers for people coming into a program or a physical activity is it's going to cost something. Well, these are free. Then the transportation of getting there, so that's where we want to have these in smaller communities, so we do spread out the programming. The fear of injury, and so having a community captain, a volunteer there to help teach and lead and watch for any risks or hazards. Then the fear of not knowing if they have enough skill to do it, so again having that volunteer there. So we really try to remove those worries so folks can come out and try it, and it's fun and easy, and give it a shot, and then see if that can become a regular habit.
Yeah, it sounds like a fun time. And I know you mentioned the community captain. So how do you go about becoming a community captain?
So we do community captain training. We have a leadership training, so any individual can volunteer with us, even if it's their first time volunteering. And we have a staff person who's our community captain director, and she's in contact with all the volunteers. So they get CPR and first aid training, our leadership training, and then we begin to build their program. The volunteer will decide what activity they want to do. It can be disc golf, it can be water aerobics, it can be whatever they have an interest in, and then we will help them to get additional certifications in that specific activity type. Then finding them a location, so then we'll work to find a partner. Maybe it's Hawks Nest State Park Lodge with their pool and water aerobics. So we help put the pieces together, and then we start to build the calendar and the promotions and get everyone to start coming out. The idea though is the volunteers' friends, family, and coworkers will also join them at their program. So truly they're a role model for the people around them with their weekly activity.
Wow, so a real community captain.
Yes, and they're great individuals. There's such a variety of people. I love people, so it's very fun to see and meet lots of different personalities, and it creates a very healthy social network. So you have healthy friends, healthy supports, healthy conversations that are happening when you're coming to programs. So it feels very supportive.
Awesome. So you're not just working out physically, you're also working out pretty much socially, mentally, all these things.
Yes, it's a nice ripple effect. And so that's, targeted at the communities and for families, multi-generational. Then we have a program area that's specific for children, elementary schools. So we offer an elementary school run club, and that includes training for volunteer coaches and a $250 mini grant. So we started this in 2015, and it's a 6 to 8 week program. So again, we don't want just a one and done opportunity. We want to see a repeating behavior, repeating scheduling and programming. So the kids run clubs go for 6 to 8 weeks. Each school can customize, how they need to with their schedule. And we started in 2015 with Valley Elementary School was the very first school. Last year, 34 schools participated across the state, And this spring, we have 36 just this spring. So we're expecting next fall, this year may double last year.
Wow.
So the After School Run Club is affecting thousands of kids across the state, introducing them to physical activity. They're part of a run club. It is all inclusive. It is, a team effort on the run club. It's not competitive. It's not first, second, third place. It's not who's the fastest. It's about everybody completing the gameplay and the distance that they're going to be completing in their run club. When we do that run club, we do a pre and post survey with the kids. So we ask them, they fill out the survey themselves. If they feel like they can do a warm up on their own, if they feel like they know stretches they can do on their own. So we're trying to build this confidence in physical activity. And my favorite question on that survey is, were you able to get somebody at home more physically active with you? And about 75% of the kids each year say they were able to get somebody at home more active with them. So there's that ripple effect again to show that it can make a lifestyle change. And sometimes it takes a parent seeing what their kids can do and joining what their kids are interested in, and then the whole family can be more active that way too.
And kids will stay on you too about things like that. Like, did you run today? Like, did you do? Yeah. So I think they're holding you accountable. You got a little accountability coach.
Yes, and you're going for an evening walk, getting outside, playing in the yard, repeating a game they played at Run Group and doing that at home. So, the simplest amount of activity, getting up, not sitting, makes such a difference.
Absolutely, absolutely. So we are about a minute or so out before we go to our first break. But before we go, do you mind plugging the contact information so people know where to find Active Southern West Virginia?
Yes, we pride ourselves on our website. So activeswv.org is where people can go for all the information, how to join the free membership app, where to see the schedule, where to learn more about Kids Run Clubs. That's all on our website. And then our phone number is 304-254-8488.
Awesome. So we have plenty more to talk about, so you all stay tuned. I will be right back here with Executive Director Melanie Seiler of the Active Southern West Virginia. We're going to be talking about fundraisers, their upcoming races, and everything else they got going on. So you guys stay tuned. Welcome back to Sunday Community Forum. I'm here with Executive Director Melanie Seiler of Active Southern West Virginia, and we're talking about all the events, races, programs, everything that they have going on currently. So let's go to the races, because it seems like you have quite a few going on this year, starting with the New River Gorge Rim to Rim race.
Yes, we love to put on high quality race events. Those are our primary fundraisers, but also a great way to set a goal for an active lifestyle. We do them all very fun, family friendly, welcoming. We do celebrate first, second, and third place winners and have some really nice medals and podiums, but we really encourage people to come out for the very first race, longer distances, and use it as goal setting to work up to one of our race events. So May 4th, the first weekend in May, is our New River Gorge Rim to Rim race. This is the 4th year for the event. It's one of our most popular races. We have over 480 people registered. Room for more, so registration is still open for this race event. It's on Fayette Station Road, so the road that goes underneath the New River Gorge Bridge. You start on one end, you run all the way down, cross the little bridge, and run or walk all the way back up the other side. So it's 6 miles of conquering the entire New River Gorge. Then we finish at Adventures on the Gorge, nice resort overlooking the river and the bridge, and we have a big brunch that's included with the race registration. So it's a really quality experience, and people can run or walk that event. So really excited for that one coming up. Then in July, we're going to have a new race for us at Wolf Creek Trails. Wolf Creek Trails, one of the newer developed trail systems in Fayette County. That's going to offer a 5K distance and a 15K distance, so we can step it up a little bit for anybody wanting a harder challenge. That will be on trails. So trails are a little harder than road races, which Rim to Rim was a road race. So the Wolf Creek Trails are July 6th in coordination with the town of Fayetteville's 4th of July celebration. So Saturday, July 6th will be the Star-Spangled Wolf Creek Trails. So we'll have a lot of red, white, and blue themes going on. That will start and finish at Bridge Brew Works. So we will have food and social time hanging out after the race event that Saturday morning. Then later in July, we'll hop over to Raleigh County, Lake Stevens in Raleigh County, beautiful setting. There we're going to do a 5K early that morning on July 20th. Then it'll lead into their annual beach blast. So it's a whole day event and very family friendly, coming out for lots of activities and food trucks and vendors, and then spending time on their gorgeous beach on Lake Stevens. So that's July 20th. Then another one of our larger events, Bridge Day 5K. So we had to seize that opportunity to be the ones hosting the race across the bridge. Very early Bridge Day morning, get out there with the fog as it's rolling across the bridge, and do that 5K running across the bridge and finishing back in town. Then it allows plenty of time to still go down and see the vendors and enjoy the chili cook-off in Fayetteville. So it really ties in nicely with that event. Then we finish our year at Fayette County Park with the Ugly Sweater Fun Run. Everybody's wearing all their flashy Christmas sweaters, and we're doing an evening run at dusk around all the Christmas lights. And that's not a timed event. It's not a race. That is more a fun run walk. Very stroller friendly, great for younger kids. You can go as slow as you want, get out and make some laps around the lights. So we really take a lot of pride in our race events and get good feedback on those. All of those proceeds from those race events then fund those 34 elementary schools with their mini grants and sustain that program so that we can have that free programming in the elementary schools. So additional donations are always welcomed. We're really running a tight ship here so that we can never turn away an elementary school that wants to have a run club with us.
Good stuff, good stuff. And you know, these races, they look really fun, like even though I'm sure they're definitely a challenge, but they look, you know, really fun, and it seems like an awesome thing to do to not only stay in shape, but to help give back.
Exactly. It's a nice full circle kind of experience, and it's going to be rewarding for the individuals participating, but then it's also going to be supporting the community. And we want to see everyone come out and have a good time, really put forth some good effort. So it's very fun to see all the people out in different costumes, and it's very high energy. So those days are just so uplifting, and to see more and more people attending the events, it just really brightens your mood and attitude and your network. So I'm making new friends constantly and broadening the network that cares about West Virginia.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. So all you runners out there, we got the Rim to Rim race coming up. So I think there's still time, you said, to register.
There's still time to register. We're getting real close, though, so don't delay on the May 4th race. And then we have 2 in July, Bridge Day in October, and then the Fayette County Family Fun Run in December.
Awesome. So if you can't make it to Rim, then you can at least go ahead and start in maybe one of these programs, start training a little bit, and be ready for the next ones.
Exactly.
Awesome, awesome. Oh, and you also, we were talking a little bit about this during break, workplace wellness, which I'm very interested in myself.
Okay, so workplace wellness is another program area where we are providing resources. So there's no cost to participate in workplace wellness. How this is set up, we're partnered with the State Department of Health, We follow a CDC program. It's all structured, and somebody at the workplace would come and take the training with us, and we go through 8 different modules of how to create buy-in with your coworkers or your supervisor, ways to assess your work site, so you need to know where you're at, where your baselines are, ways to implement, set up a plan and implement a plan, and then how you're going to evaluate it each year, because you're going to need to show results to continue to maintain the buy-in for people to participate. So many tools included in that free training. We do it through Zoom. It's all virtual training over 6 to 8 weeks, so we space it out so you're getting all the modules and content, in an easy time frame. Then from that training, you have the tools to create an action plan. So that may look like we want to have more physical activity opportunities created in our workday. We want to take a look at nutrition or nutrition education that we can provide at the work site. We want to look at systems within our workplace that are allowing for people to take breaks, mental health breaks, where they need to work hours, and putting that all together. Then work sites can apply for a grant with us. So we do $1,500 grants. And right now we have 12 participating workplaces. Every year we have between 10 and 15 workplaces that will take advantage of that opportunity with a capacity grant. Sometimes that looks like exercise equipment at the workplace, maybe a treadmill that's available, so you can get 10 minutes of time on a treadmill. Water coolers, so there's always available good clean waters available throughout the workday to increase your hydration. Lunch and learns, or having consultants come in, and so you can take 10-15 minutes of having some health education information. It really can be customized. What we want to look at, policies that can be changed or tweaked that benefit the employee's health, systems within the workday and the workplace, how those can be modified that are giving the employees the advantage of healthier decisions, and then how the environment is set up at that workplace. So we have staff, partners, plenty of consultation to really customize it, because every workplace looks different interests. But we're really excited about that. And we host a conference for workplace wellness every September. So we'll be back at Glade Springs this September, one-day conference, guest speakers. That's a great opportunity to learn more, or bring your supervisor with you to the conference and really kind of see some success stories, see the partners that we have, all the resources we have access to, how much support there is around it, and then launch into the training and the action planning with us.
That's a really great idea, and I think sometimes people get a little bit lost in the hustle and bustle of like going to work, and they sometimes forget to work out, but I feel like that's a good way to kind of incorporate the two.
If you can get 2 15-minute physical activity breaks during your work day, you're that much closer to meeting 150 minutes a week. If you can get 150 minutes a week of physical activity, you're going to see the health benefits. So it doesn't have to be an hour every day. You can split it up and break it up. And we are doing a lot. The workforce in Southern West Virginia is traveling to their job, getting kids around, matching their schedules, likely taking care of their parents, helping out in other ways in their community, helping out with natural disasters that are happening around the area. So we're all staying very busy and very demanding. So why not carve some of that time out during the workday that can improve the health and the health choices, and you're going to have a stronger employee base by doing so. You're also going to be attracting employees who value health. So it looks like a more attractive place to work. So if you have a difficult time hiring and finding people to work for you, it really goes a long way to promote and advertise that you have an employee workplace wellness program.
Definitely, and I think it also would probably do good things for morale of your current staff.
Yeah, that's the ripple effect of the workplace wellness, is you're building the team morale around it, and it's positive encouragement that's around that team building.
Have you seen any of the impact of the workplace wellness in action in real life, around here?
Yes, and what we're seeing, where we're really excited, is we're now partnering with WVU Cancer Center, and they have mobile units for mammograms and lung screenings. And so we're excited to try that out with some of our manufacturers in West Virginia, and how those mobile units can come to the work site and screenings can be set up. I think that's the biggest opportunity we have, is to encourage people to be seeing their primary care physician, be connected to a healthcare provider, make sure you're going for your annual physicals, getting your annual blood work done, and then you know where you need to make changes, so you can do that 60% of individual behavior change to offset your genetics, to offset your environment that you're in. So there's a lot of value and a lot of education around workplace wellness.
Absolutely, absolutely. It sounds like it. I think everybody could probably benefit, from doing something like that in the workplace. So that's really awesome. I know you all said that the races, they do help you fundraise, but are there any other ways that, people out there that are interested in supporting active SWV can help out? Donations or?
Yes, this year, this is our 10th year, so really excited that the community keeps wanting this. It's growing itself. That we really want to celebrate this year and highlight the 10 years of success and the volunteers that are supporting all these efforts. So we have a 10-year giving campaign. So our website has donation buttons and everything there to make donations towards that 10-year campaign. We're going to have a golf tournament in August. So we still have spaces available for teams to come out, have a great day golfing, which will support the organization. And then we'll be adding on smaller fundraisers and profit share nights with restaurants throughout the year. So the best thing people can do is get tied into our email newsletter. The first day of every month, we send out an email newsletter that's hitting all the high points, all the details. Then you can kind of click into what you want to learn more about. But on our website, on our homepage, activeswv.org, you can sign up for that newsletter. It provides the program schedule for that month. We're going to highlight a race or two. We're going to highlight a volunteer of the month. Every month there's a story about a volunteer, and every month there's a story about a participant. So you can really kind of dive in and see what's going on and find things that are close to you. But staying in touch with that email newsletter, you'll keep you up to date, because we're moving. We're moving fast. Like this is going full force this year.
Yeah, I definitely see that there. But thank you so much, Melanie, for all this great information. And thank you all so much for joining us this Sunday. Be sure to tune in next Sunday, and you guys have a great day.